Questions? Go ahead.
I have one question. Exodus 17.
Make sure you're speaking into the mic and make sure y'all speaking up when you're speaking into the mic. Exodus 17, you said?
My question is on verse 11.
Okay.
It say, and it came to pass when Moses held up
Announce where you at.
Exodus 17, chapter 17, verse 11.
Make sure they got it.
I can got it.
Go ahead.
And it come to pass when Moses held up his hand that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. But Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him. And he sat thereon. And Aaron and Hur stayed up his hand, the one on one side and the other on the other side. And his hands were steady until the going down of the sun.
Mm-hmm. That was 11 and 12. So what?
My question is like, who told him? Was it the Most High who gave him that order or that instruction to hold his hand, or how did he know to do that and what that means?
Hold on one second. I'm trying to see if I'm reading backwards. Give me a second. Okay. Read 11 again.
Come. And it came to pass, when Moses held up his hand, that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. But Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him. And he sat thereon. And Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, the one on one side and the other on the other side. His hands were steady until the going down of the sun.
And you want to know, how did he know to do that? Moses simply rose his hand to tell the soldiers to march towards war. You understand? March towards war. Now, the fact that Moses got tired and then the people began to lose, what is that? Moses got tired and we began to lose. What is that? What does that mean? What's the purpose of it? Nobody? What happened after Moses got tired?
Moses got tired. Israel started losing the war. Brothers was dying.
Tired of losing the war? He was never losing the war. You said what? You said Amalek prevailed. You said so you said Moses got tired of losing the war, so he held his hand up.
Wow. The question you asked was, I forgot what you asked.
What happened after Moses got tired? You said he got tired of losing the war.
No. When he got tired, Israel started to lose the war, meaning brothers was dying.
Okay, I missed. Okay, you got tired. Okay, so what did the brothers do?
Supported Moses.
Which is what?
Held his arms up for him.
It's brotherhood. That's brotherhood. Moses was simply putting his arms forth to tell the armies of Israel to march forward. You understand? Go to war, march forward, descend upon them. You understand? And when Moses began to get tired, Israel began to lose. You understand? That's the same thing as if Commander General YAHANNA gets tired, doesn't want to do his job anymore, Israel will begin to lose. You understand? Now, I'm not saying Moses just didn't want to do his job no more, but Moses physically got tired from holding a staff in his arms continuously in the air. Just so y'all understand, a war isn't, 5 minutes like you see in the movies. You understand? So Moses got tired from holding that staff up and from holding his arms up in the air. A war is, hours. It can be hours. You understand? Both men are trained on both sides. The men are trained. You understand? So not only people dying, you have people blocking and getting hit. You understand? People blocking, people going back and forth, and the war can take hours. That's why wars last years. That's why wars happen at night. They sneak around at night. They bomb you at night. They do this at the crack of dawn because war is continuous. You understand? And Moses knew that he couldn't drop his hands, else Israel would lose, because Moses was the stay of Israel. Moses was the leader of Israel. You understand? And when Moses began to get tired, they held his. You want to know how he knew? Moses just knew that Israel needed to win the fight. And Moses knew he had to lead them.
My question is, where did he get that instruction from?
It doesn't say he got the instruction, Moses, thou shalt hold thy staff in the air so long as Israel is fighting.
The scripture said that as long his hands was up, Israel was winning.
Right, but it doesn't say that the Most High said, Moses, hold your hands up and Israel's going to win. You see what I'm saying? It didn't say. You want to know where he got the instruction from. You want to know who told him, when they told him.
And what him holding his hands up, what that mean?
What does that mean? Like I said, Moses got tired, and the brothers Joshua and I forget the other brother. I think it might have said his name in here.
Aaron.
Joshua and Aaron held his arms up. Aaron was chief of priests. You understand? And Joshua was Moses' second in command. You understand? Aaron was the chief priest. He was the Levite. Joshua was second in command. You understand? And they held his arms up in solidarity. I done you?
Aaron is her.
It's not Joshua.
Not her. H-U-R.
Not Joshua, her. Salakia. So Aaron, the chief of priests, and the brother Hur held Moses up. You understand? They held his arms up in the air to make sure that he did his part. His part was showing Israel that as much as they were on the battlefield fighting him as their leader, he was also doing what he was supposed to do in leading them towards the fight. The same way how if your president goes to war, not your president, you obviously know what I'm talking about, you don't say, well, why ain't Biden in Afghanistan? Why don't he have a helmet on and an AK and you understand? You don't question that. Why? Because you say he's the commander in chief and someone has to call strategies and call shots. War was not simply put your hand up and everybody run at the enemy and we won. You understand? When you read this, don't read this in naivety. You know what war is. You understand? You've heard of war. You've been in war. You brothers from the streets, y'all done plotted on people. You brothers have been in the military. You done took orders from the chief. Y'all going to circle around the caravan. Y'all going to stand right here. You're going to plant this under here. You're going to go away. You're going to seduce this woman. You're going to talk to her like this. You're going to, this is war. You understand? This is war. So Moses had a tactic. You understand? This many men will go this direction. This many men would have these type of weapons. This many men will go this direction with these type of weapons. This many men would stay back in case the enemy gets to the women and children. You understand? He had a plan. And Moses was not there just sitting there like this. But he was in one of his many acts sitting there like this. And when he got tired, Aaron and Hur had to hold his arms up. You understand? They had to hold him up because he was getting tired from nonstop instructing and leading Israel. You understand? And the purpose of those brothers, what does it mean when they helped him? They helped him. That is the show of brotherhood. You will not win without brotherhood. You understand? You can't do it all alone. And it's perfect that this happened to Moses, because what you'll read, this might be later in Exodus or earlier in Exodus, when Moses' father-in-law Jethro comes in, and Moses tries to be the only counselor in Israel. He tries to take everybody's problem alone on his shoulders. You understand? And then Moses is crumbling under the pressure, and he's talking to Jethro, his father-in-law, and this was already supposed to be like this. So don't think that his father-in-law, who was an African, gave him this order or this law. He just reminded Moses. He was not a righteous man or nothing like that. He simply reminded Moses. He said, why are you taking all this on yourself? He said, don't you have people under you where you can delegate responsibilities to? Why are you trying to be the sole counselor in Israel when there are so many Israelites? That makes no sense. And Moses remembered the law. You understand? He remembered the captain of 50, the captain of 500, the captain of thousands. He remembered the law. You understand? And began to delegate responsibilities to those brothers. Moses was doing it all by himself, holding that staff up in the air. And Aaron and Hur seen him getting weaker and went to go hold their brother's arms up to help him. Because you will not win in any war you have as an Israelite without your brothers and sisters. You will not win. You understand? And this is not to say Moses didn't value brotherhood or sisterhood, but Moses thought that he had to do it on his own. And Moses did not have to do it on his own. You understand? So when he got tired, Aaron and Hur came over there and helped him. All right? That's all it was. It's the simple as brotherhood. Go ahead.
Real quick, sir. Punishment, my mother used to make us stand in the corner, hold our hands up in the air. That get tiresome after like 30 seconds. It's real.
Yeah.
Have like this.
You understand? It get tiresome. You go in the corner, hold them cans. You go in the corner, hold them cans out, it's over. You crying after about 60 seconds. You over there mad at first, and you realize how much pain your shoulders is in. And now you crying. Now you understand why holding cans in a corner is punishment. That don't make sense at first. You tell somebody, I'm gonna make you hold a can in a corner. I mean, you ain't gonna beat me. You ain't gonna stop me from going outside. All right, whatever, I'll hold these cans. And about 60 seconds in, that burn come. You like, all right, damn, like this is a punishment. You understand? And Moses was doing that for the victory of Israel, for the salvation of Israel, deliverance from our enemies. And when he got tired, his brothers helped him hold his arms up as a show of brotherhood. And you take the lesson you should take from that is that you won't win without your brothers. You won't. You can't learn the truth and go sit in the goddamn basement, smoke a blunt, watch YouTube, and now all of a sudden, you priest, whatever the hell you name yourself. You see what I'm saying? That does not work. It does not work. Israel will not be saved without brotherhood. All right? No.
If I could. Going coming downtown from the slave, and I see
yeah, I'm gonna let you finish. I don't want you to forget your
and I
thought.
see the so-called purple rain downtown.
Prince.
And I saw a brother holding up. He's in front of the camp holding a sign up all by himself, and I'm saying to myself, I know that brother ain't hurt.
You should be saying it. That's 100% true. I know his arms hurt, and also, damn, y'all couldn't set that sign up on the floor.
Oh, good.
They got holograms in 2021. You think you couldn't position wood to stand up on the floor?
That's how I'm like, yo, these brothers gotta be fake, because us, we have orders, man.
Yeah.
We got all the types of what we need to hold down the camp. And also, sir, it's like they having one on Market Street and they having one on Broad Street.
I know. Yeah, I know.
What type of stuff is that?
I know. They have camp, I kid you not, about 4 days out the week sometimes. You know what I'm saying? They'll be out there on a Tuesday. I've seen them. They'll be out there on a Tuesday, a Sunday, a Saturday, a Friday. Those men are dying. They're like exhausted. They probably work 9 to 5s, or they probably finesse whatever they need to finesse overnights, go straight into camp every goddamn day. They on their feet for 18, 19 hours. and still have a household to go home to every day. Now, we ask a lot of you brothers out, but we don't ask ridiculous tasks. You understand? We don't ask ridiculous tasks that you stand in the open for 18 hours out. You go slave for the slave master and then go to camp 4 days out the week out. You understand? Go to camp on a Sabbath, the highways and byways, when all your people are spending all their goddamn money in the stores, when everybody's running their mouth and thinking life is sweet. You go ruin their Saturday and go home. Go ruin their Saturday and then you go home. Is it not enough that you take a man's Sabbath, but you must take, like, you got to add on to his slave days? You add on to his slave days when you are already taking his Sabbath. Come on, have some damn mercy out. Like, God damn. But what do you expect when you're a cop? You don't know mercy. You know stop and frisk. You understand? You know stop and frisk. You don't know mercy. Don't know what that means. You know tickets for no goddamn reason. You know planting drugs on brothers. You understand? You don't know not a goddamn thing about a mercy. They don't teach that in the academy. In the academy, they say, if you kill a black man, just make sure you say that you fear for your life. You understand? That's what they teach in the academy. Make sure you say that you were scared for your life. They don't tell you, make sure that you try to diffuse the situation and save this man's life. All right. That's what you should expect from them. Also, though, what I was going to say before you said that is a lesson where you can apply this lesson to in real life is many areas. But look at a camp, all right? When you have a brother that's speaking and the brother need that extra scripture or something, you see what I'm saying? But it ain't on the top of his head necessarily. He go, hey brother, what's that thing in what the Lamentations 4 and what? Like, no, Salaki, sir, that's 5 and 13. He holding his arms up. You understand? He holding his arms up because camp is war. You understand? Camp is war. That man is up there with that mic to his mouth, blazing the streets, trying to wake our people up. Go ahead. Blazing the streets, trying to wake our people up. And sometimes he on such a goddamn roll, he need Lamentations 4 and something. And he ain't got that written down for the week. He need Lamentations 4 and something, and you got to come and go, Slack it, sir. That's Lamentations 5 and 13. The water. You Lamentations 5 and 13. He holding his arms up. Because we had war, and you're trying to save souls the same way we're trying to take our land back. Go ahead.
Well, like, that's why we switch up different troopers when we speak, because we hold up the mic so long, standing up so long. Try to switch it up.
Helping you out. We helping you. We look at him and go, he's solid. He done went three speakers strong. Mess around and go to whole goddamn camp. Another brother, we might be like, get that brother a break. He's been a speaker and a half, 2 speakers, give him a break. You understand? We got one trooper, y'all may have to thug it out. If there's one trooper at the camp, you just might have to thug it out, and that just is what it is. And you'll be all right. Trust me, you'll be all right. I did it. You know, that's how I did it. We all done did it. You understand? One reader, and you read for everybody. You'll be okay. But when there is available men, we will most definitely say, take him down after 2 people. Take him down. You understand? So that Bible can continue to be held in the air, and this brother is not worked to death as if there's nobody here to help him. All right? And Moses had to be reminded that there was people there to help him on 2 different occasions. Moses was a brother who had a lot of responsibilities, and oftentimes when you have a lot of responsibilities, you get used to doing things with no help. Moses had to be reminded that he had help. You understand? Any other questions? I'm gonna change my topic. I don't want to speak on that no more. I was about to go into brotherhood today, but kind of don't want to no more. Should I go into? I'm all right up.
So
Give me a. Wait a second. What do I want to speak on? Give me Proverbs 13:4. Nah, give me Psalms 139:21. We call this Old Faithful. Whoever got it, y'all just ask for the mic, and whoever has it will give you the mic. 21.
24.
21.
I got it.
Go ahead.
Psalms chapter 139, verse 21. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee?
Read that one more time.
Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not, and am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee?
What is David saying? What is David saying? This is David speaking. What is David saying? Go ahead.
He's saying, isn't it good that I hate them that hate you? That hate the Most High?
Okay, yeah, that's the words right there. Yeah, but what does he say? What does he mean by that? What does he mean by what he said? It's a good thing for you to hate what hates the Lord. It's a very, very good thing, Doc. It's good. You ever done your mic? I'm gonna get you in a second, Doc. It's a very, very good thing for you to hate the Lord. It is a bad thing for you to be an agreeable man. You understand? Do whatever's in your power to not be agreeable with the earth. Don't be agreeable. I've never met a man who was worth sitting at the table with me that was agreeable. You understand? You say anything to this brother, he has no objections to anything ever at all. Ever. You call that a woman. There's no objections to anything you say. He just goes on with the flow. White man says, this is Christmas. He says, well, then this is Christmas. His woman says, well, this is Valentine's Day and you're going to spend your check on me. He says, well, God damn it. You know, this is for the woman. This is her holiday. This is her holiday. Meanwhile, you get a tie and a mug in June. A tie and a mug that says, best dad. And the second she mad at you, the children are celebrating her in June. You don't get nothing, You don't get nothing by being agreeable. A man that stands on nothing. I'm witnessing people in the uproar about the whole goddamn world turning over and flipping over. And it went from being gay to being an illness in the 30s to if you're not gay, what is wrong with you? Now you're ill. You're mentally sick. You're mentally sick because you have sex with something that can actually produce a child. Because you're not nasty and burned in your mind. Because you don't fall victim to what Satan wants you to do. You are seen as an ill-minded person. You're sick in the head to the world. You understand that? You need to understand that. That'll help you move through the world better. You'd be like, man, why they doing this and why they doing that to me? Because to the world, you are sick in the head. You understand? You see how you look at them, but you still tolerate them? They look at you and want to spit in your goddamn face. And oftentimes they try you. You understand? Oftentimes in the world, they will try you because to them, you are sick. There's something wrong with you. Why do you not find love in a hairy sack? What is your problem? There's a problem to you. I just heard a brother ask, he asked some, I can't even say the words. He asked some gay man, what is that gay, he has some gay symbol on him. What does that gay symbol mean? He said, hey, I just want to know what that gay symbol means. Not to be disrespectful. He was afraid. He not a political figure. He can't get fired. This is the public. This is just in public. What does that mean? Hey, but I just want to know. I'm not trying to be like that, though. I'm not trying to be like that. And the gay man, you can see it in his face. He felt so much power.
Yeah.
So much power. Like, I dare you to say something. When and 3-4 decades ago, we had them in the closet. They was in the closet. It was all a century ago. We had them in the mental institutions. You're sick. Seek help, according to God. Let me just throw that in there for YouTube's sake. According to God, you are sick. Seek help. Do the things that actually benefit people. I mean, damn, if your father was gay, you wouldn't be here. If your mother was gay, you wouldn't be here.
Okay.
Does that not even cross their minds? You want everybody to be gay, but you're happy you're alive. Supposedly. That makes no sense. And whenever something is confusion, it is Satan.
Okay.
That is pure confusion. When you hate them, when you hate that act, when you hate that it is accepted out, it's fine. Matter of fact, you should champion it. You should wear it on your chest. You should say, no, I don't agree with that. That doesn't mean you're going to punch them in the face when you see them. I don't mean none of that. What does that mean? I don't agree with it. I will never agree with it. Because I don't agree with your lifestyle, I cannot be around you. You understand? I ain't going to punch you in your face. I ain't going to burn you at the stake like you did us. I ain't going to hang you like y'all did us. But I will disagree with you. And just disagreeing, you ain't hanging nobody, you're not burning nobody, but just disagreeing got you sick. They say you're sick in the head. You're sick because you don't agree with a hairy sack loving another one. You don't agree with women rubbing box. You don't agree with it. You're sick in the head. The scriptures say, oh Lord, do not I hate them that hate thee. You hate God doing that. If God intended for you to have sex with the same gender, don't you think you would be able to sustain like that? Meaning, don't you think a child could come from that? Just basics. Don't you think a child would come from that if that was meant to happen on earth? If sex is what keeps the human race as a people, I'm not even talking about races like that. If sex is what keeps people alive, don't you think if you were supposed to have gay sex, that means that would be what keeps people alive? You would get children from it, but instead you are adopting the child of people you destroy. You destroy black people, and then you walk into the adoption agency and take our children. It's fine that I hate what you do. Matter of fact, the Lord loves it. Read that second part again. And am not I grieve with those that rise up against thee? I kid you not. They got a petition against that Kevin Samuels cat to get him off the internet, saying said what he says is harmful to women and it hurts us, and it's it hurts us and it's harmful and it's not beneficial, and he preaches murder and things of that nature and fantasizes of all these murders and bad things to women. And I know we have freedom of speech, meaning I know there's a law against what I'm about to tell you to do, but please do it anyway. Please kick him off of YouTube. They have a petition for it. I just read this like an hour ago. They have a petition. I can give you one guess who started it. You don't got to guess. White women. White women. White women in the alphabet community started this petition. And they said, kick him off the internet because this man is dangerous for women. He's going to kill us. He's going to murder us. That's what they said. And we are on the internet just being grieved. Can I not be grieved that you rise up against God? Can I not just, you're making a whole goddamn petition. And the way the earth goes now, that freedom of speech about to go right out the goddamn window. It's about to go right out the goddamn window. Biden and God, they got the Second Amendment out. They've been trying to tear that goddamn thing down for about 20, 30 years. They've been trying to kick the right to own a gun to fight back against your oppressor. That is literally the definition of the Second Amendment. Kick that out the window. We don't need nobody fighting the oppressor because that's what the government is saying. We the oppressors now. We can't have. How we gonna have a law saying y'all can fight us if we oppress you when we know we're oppressing you? So how about we just get that thrown out the window? That don't even exist no more. And the second, you ain't gonna have no goddamn free speech neither. You understand? So you can make a whole goddamn petition saying F the law of the country you claim to love so goddamn much. I can't come on the internet and say I don't want to be gay. If you even say that, it's called transphobia. Now I'm afraid of trannies because I don't want to sleep with one. It makes zero sense, Ak. If y'all wondering about the topic, it's toxic masculinity. Be more toxic. Be more toxic. Be a lot more toxic. Ak.
Right.
Please be more toxic. I need y'all. When y'all call me, you calling me saying, yeah, she was mad. What was she mad about? And I was on the phone with the other one, going to see the third one, and then I just left camp. I was ignoring the phone calls at camp. You know that's war, Con. I know that's war, Con. So I was at camp ignoring all they goddamn phone calls. Told I was gonna go see it, but then I thought about it. Said, nah, she been annoying me. I love it. I love it. I love it all. I love it all. I love it. My family member tried to tell me man, I walked out the house and talking about I can't come to the reunion. I love it. I love it. I want to hear all that. Give me all that toxic stuff.
Damn right.
Give me everything that's toxic. I need everything that the world says you sick in the head for. When they say you sick in the head, that stuff we get drinks and laugh about. We laugh about stuff like that. So what they say this week? Oh, you ain't gonna believe this one, sir. Please lay it on me. Please be more toxic because all you are doing in the ISUPK is hating what God hates. The ISUPK don't hate white people. We don't hate gay people. We simply hate what God hates. And God hates that stuff. So we just tell you that God hates it. And you get offended. That's it. You get offended. You get offended because somewhere inside you're hurt because you know it's not natural what you're doing. So it hurts you somewhere inside of you to know that you are doing gay things or you are doing things that's not masculine. You're doing feminine things. These things hurt you. They hurt you and they pain you in your chest because we say it. That's all. We just say it. We don't hit you. We don't burn you at the stake. We don't lynch you. We don't put you in slavery. We don't create borders and cut you off from your brothers. We don't do nothing to you. All we do is get on this lovely little internet and go to the goddamn street heads and street corners and say, God does not love what you do. And there's a black man coming back that is going to show you how much he doesn't like it.
Right.
And you're mad. And now you're mad and you're upset and we're a hate group. And, you know, I'm pretty sure we got a petition somewhere to get us off the goddamn internet. You know, you're upset. You're upset. It's okay, though. Go ahead, Mawata.
Pardon me, sir, but it's what they call that what you was just talking about. Men being agreeable. When you're a man in this world and you're not agreeable with people in the world, it's something that they call that. They call that they say you have negative energy.
Well, that's another thing. Kawada, if you could handle this off camera, put a little bit in there off camera.
Come, sir.
Negative energy. Your woman, here's what your woman gonna tell you. Your woman gonna say, and Lord knows I know a lot of these hoes, Salakia. These broads are gonna tell you. I'm watching a podcast. Said, what do you bring to the table? She said, well, I'm loyal. I'm a good listener. And I'm listening to 8 strippers run their mouth about their loyalty. and their listening skills. If you were so damn loyal, why can't everybody see your behind in the club? You're so damn loyal. You're so loyal. You listen so well. You straight missed the instruction from your father telling you don't go to that pole. You just must not have been in earshot because you listen so goddamn well. Surely if you heard him, you wouldn't have been on the pole. Surely that's the case. It's all lies. And she's going to say, when you say no, sis, you're not loyal. You're not loyal. You're not loyal. You're not a good listener. You're not a good cook. You don't have good vibes. Your energy ain't there. We don't click. It ain't none of that, sis. Yeah, you need to get your life together. And when you tell her that, what is she going to say? You got bad vibes. I can't. You got your vibe bad. We not vibing. We ain't vibing. She'll get on the internet. I was talking to this Hebrew Israelite brother. And it was cool at first, but they be too serious, and we just wasn't vibing. Yeah, we're not a CD. We're not a CD. We're not an album. You don't vibe to us. You understand? You don't vibe. You either get down or lay down. You don't vibe to us. What are you talking about? Not a CD. This isn't an album. You don't vibe. What are you talking about? But of course, they're going to say you just had bad vibes, and it was all your fault. You had bad energy. He was toxic. The brother was toxic. He was toxic. He didn't want to admit we was Africans. I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with it. All is garbage. And it should, when you get the spirit of Christ, what it's going to do to you is it's going to promote you to be more toxic. Do it more. They criticized Christ and they threw rocks at Christ and all this. Christ went right back out. You understand? He went right back out and did the damn thing. And while Christ is the perfect example, it's because Christ was getting crucified. Christ was getting crucified by us, his people. You understand? Christ was getting crucified by his people. You walk out and get the same goddamn thing. I'm telling y'all, read them goddamn gospels. They're not gospels. Please, it's not Yolanda Adams and all that garbage. This is war. You understand? Christ is the perfect example of war, warring with toxic, against fake masculinity, against feminism, against the alphabet community. He is the perfect example. You gotta get that off the table. It is the perfect example of going against all of that. I take that in there. Take the animal in there. Take the animal out of here. Christ is the perfect example of that. Somebody give me 1 Samuel 26:7. Go, you had something to say.
Yeah, that's why it's good talking to females before you like rip them up.
Before you put your rod.
Because I was talking to one female, and she like, if my son want to be gay, then I'm gonna let him be gay. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm not with none of that, sis. Like, so that was a red flag right there for me.
I wouldn't even
done.
Now here's what I would tell you, right? I would not even talk. I wouldn't even respond to Doug. Now, sometimes you might want the experience. You might want to talk to them. You might want to see their response. You might want to, I ain't even gonna do that. You can't be with me then, and see what she say. Maybe she never texts you back. Who knows? But a woman like that, just like you said, is garbage. He's garbage. You have no control over your son. None. And women like that, here's the problem with our women. I will tell you, it's going to sound the same, and it's going to sound different at the same time. They will allow their son to be gay, to say at least he's not in the street. He's a sinner, but at least he's not that sinner. And then you have the mother who will allow her son to be in the streets and say he's what? At least he's not what? Gay. At least he's not gay. I would rather him murder everything he sees.
Right.
Than be gay. That's what she's saying. And this one is saying, I would rather him blow rod than be a murderer. What's wrong with y'all? You need a toxic man in your life. That's your problem. You need a toxic man that is just going to say, is that a doll? Is that a fucking doll? I just picked it up. Give me the fucking doll. Right? And throw the goddamn doll.
Right.
Toss the doll in the corner and talk to him. Let me tell you something. Don't ever pick a doll up in your life again. Not to price check it. If you work at Walmart, you better tell them go get a girl, because you can't price check the doll. You can't price check it out. You need a toxic man that is going to do what a woman thinks is what? Too much. You're doing too much. He's too serious. That's why you can't lead nobody. That's why black people are destroyed, because everything that is righteous to her is what? Too much. You're too serious. What's the harm in eating a lobster? What's the harm in eating a crab? If God cares so much, why he make them edible? You sound like a damn dummy. You sound like a dummy. Makaria?
Sir, I wanted to say that the women nowadays really do need a toxic man, as they say. Because one day I was scrolling through social media, which I don't really be on like that no more, because it's terrible. It's a terrible place. And I saw this one woman was saying that men who don't put their son in like cheerleading places or like cheerlead is like toxic masculinity. That's why I asked you the same day to like, can we have that type of topic? Because I knew from the rip it was
Brother. Let me tell you a lie that goes on the earth. Give me Psalms 19:7. I believe that's what I'm looking for. Give me Psalms 19:7. Saying that restrictions hurt children is a lie. There is a lie going on in the earth, and I want y'all to be very aware, because most of you have kids who are in school. All of you do. There is a lie in the earth that says restrictions on a child is bad. A child has to be able to make their own choices. And who determines when they're old enough? Who determines when that child is a mature child and can make that choice? The devil who destroyed you. The devil that was the reason why you was in prison and you was lost and you was no good brother is the same person telling you that I'm going to decide when your child reaches the age of maturity. I'm going to do that. That's what the devil who put you in chains for a lifestyle they made you get a part of. That's what he's telling your child. That's what he's telling you to teach your child, and that's what he's whispering in your child's ear when they go to school. Makaria is a good child. Makaria he's a young man. Excuse me. Makaria is a young man, and Makaria calls and we say, "Oh, what are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? A man can be a cheerleader." Hold on. Hold on. That don't sound right. That don't sound right. What the hell is your problem? What are you talking about? A man could wear a skirt and jump. No, he ain't gotta wear a skirt. He could wear the pants. Okay, but he gonna be all girly with the pom-poms and the dancing and he a part of the pyramid now. Now he in the pyramid. And knowing him is fruity. So he gonna want to be on the top. He gonna want to be on the goddamn top. Like he don't weigh more than all them goddamn girls. He gonna be on the goddamn top. If you don't want the cheerleading pyramid to be out of order, you should stop your son from becoming a cheerleader. Stop it. As a young child, it's not funny or cute when your son does feminine things. It's not funny. It's not cute when he touches mommy's makeup. It's not funny or cute. That's not cool. That's not something you write off as, oh, he's a child. No, now you watch him more closely and you watch her more closely. You understand? Ain't no goddamn funny in that, because now they grow up and what do? You see these grown men putting wigs on to make skits. Wigs and dresses. You got a whole beard on your face with a wig. Whose grandmother is that? No one's. No one's. Take the dress. Stop your child from playing with the dolls when they're young. You know, just maybe you won't be crying over him when he laying in the street. Just maybe. It's possible. You done took everybody else goddamn advice, but you won't take the I.S.U.P.K advice. Just maybe, if you stopped him from putting that goddamn dress on at 9, Dwayne Wade, cut cutting his penis off at 12, Dwayne Wade. Just maybe, if you told him that the oppressor was the devil that the Bible speaks of and it's his enemy, just maybe he wouldn't grow up and say white people saved his life, Lil Wayne. Just maybe. Just maybe. What do I know? I'm just watching black people fail. You got something to say? One of y'all something to say?
Yeah.
Give me Psalm 19:7 first.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 19, verse 7. Or I can have it. The law of the Most High is perfect.
Not only are we watching black people fail, we are succeeding in I.S.U.P.K. Where you are failing at and hurting and painful and woe is me and please someone help me. Everything is just while you're doing all that, we're going to Passovers and we planning cookouts and we trying to figure out how to redecorate schools for the next feast day and we ain't even worried about the things you worried about. You're still so tied in with your goddamn oppressor. You don't know how to just go to work, take the money, and come home and give it to your people. You don't even know how to do that. You have no clue. Because you are co-signing your son blowing rod. And as long as you do that, you will always bow down to the white man. You will always bow down to him. Give me Psalms 19:7 from the top.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 19, verse 7. The law of the Most High is perfect.
They said that restrictions on children is bad. At 13, they should be able to go to the therapist and say they want a sex change. At 12 and 9, they should be able to say they want to cut their penis off. They should be able to say that they're gay. They've never had interactions with a woman. Never had interactions with a man. If they had, it was molestation.
Right.
They've never had lawful interactions with a woman. You understand? Never. But he's running to you telling you he's gay. Where have you failed at? Where did you fail at? Go ahead.
He fell probably
I
when
disown him around here.
I
disown him. I disown him. Love you from a distance.
Right.
From a very far distance. I need a damn kaleidoscope to see you. Go ahead.
Now, like you said earlier, like when you playing with the dolls and it's not funny, you feel me? Like Dwayne Wade probably seen his son walking in hills and thought it was funny. And now he grew up.
Thought it was funny. He was so goddamn busy bouncing that ball when his knees left 5 years before he retired. Right. He should have been left. But he want to play ball and bow down to Gabrielle Union. You know when a brother ain't never had no good pops. You know it. You just know it because the brother is whipped. He's whipped. He's whipped. He went from, is this perhaps the second or third best shooting guard of all time? To look at him. Blonde hair, tight suits, co-signing your son chopping his penis off. Your wife on the Breakfast Club talking about she eats your butt. What? Salakia. I told y'all this before. This shouldn't be a shocker. It's Salakia. I did not mean to shock them.
Right.
Shock any of you. You go from being a picture of masculinity to young black boys all over the world, and that's the crime. Because them same young black boys grow up, and now they see him doing that, and whether they know it or not, they idolized him in their head. So if he co-signs, that's like, but they don't even know they're doing this for the most part. Well, if one of the most masculine men that I idolized growing up is okay with his son being homosexual, I mean, he's good with, being gay, he's cool with that whole movement, then why should I not be cool with the movement? They looked at him like a TV father. How most people from that era of Bill Cosby looked at Bill Cosby. This is a TV father. Brownstones, doctor, lawyer, raise your children right, monitor who your daughter date. They idolized Bill Cosby. Idolized him. And a lot of people idolized Dwayne Wade and Lil Wayne and all these other little rappers, and whether they're older or a little younger, we idolize them, whether consciously or subconsciously, whether we know it or whether it's just happening. So when they agree with something like Being gay. I don't know. They're not thinking about me. They're not trying to do that to me. It ain't none of my business. What the hell are you talking about? What if your father was gay? You wouldn't be here. What is your problem? What are you talking about? You're so cool with it, so fine with it. But you love your father, don't you? You appreciate him for putting you on this goddamn earth, don't you?
Right.
But you're so cool with being gay. You're so cool with it. If your father was gay, you wouldn't have never met the earth.
And right.
Read the rest of 7.
Calm down on a calm. Converting the soul.
The Lord is perfect, converting the soul. Go ahead.
The testimony of the Most High is sure, making wise the simple.
They say children shouldn't have restrictions. Proverbs 22:6. Children shouldn't have restrictions on them. What good does that do? To give a child restrictions, it makes sure that your nation doesn't fall. America's on the brink of nuclear world war because you do not know how to stop a man from being gay. I will repeat that. And understand the severity of what I'm telling you. Picture this. You lose your luxurious, greatest of all time till this date nation because you can't stop a man from being gay. Is that the reason you want your kingdom to fall? There's so many beautiful, lovely, obedient, sisters out. There's so many lovely ones out. So many. Are you really going to lose your kingdom over the fact that you want to put something where it should not be? You're trying to play in a dirt box. Read what I asked for.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6. Or I can have it. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
If you just stopped him from playing with dresses and Barbie dolls and a little braided hair thing you get for your daughter, you stop him from touching it. Keep him away from the Barbies. Give him action figures. Make him go roughhouse outside. Nowadays, your son get a scrape on the knee. These women are talking about they can't go outside no more. It's too dangerous. Did you see his knee? You seen my knee? Have you seen my knee? Have you seen my knee? I can't count what's on my knee. I can't count it. He has one scratch, and these women are ready to sit him inside forever. He can no longer roughhouse. He can no longer express himself becoming a man. You understand? I used to love wrestling. I used to love it. And as soon as it went off, I was slamming my cousins. As soon as it went off, slamming everybody, getting slammed, thrown around the goddamn living room. The couch was over here. Now it's in the kitchen. How that happened? We have no clue how it happened. All the pillows on the floor so we could frog splash on top. It was mayhem, and we loved it. You understand? And we loved it. We loved it, and we loved it. And there was no concerns of gayness. You understand? Because you let a boy do what a boy wants to do. You let him do boyish things. Go ahead.
Real quick. We grew up with WWF wrestling. Mm-hmm. And on Sunday, we had the karate flicks that used to come on from 12 to like 4
goddamn karate flick. You put up the goddamn telephone pole on the ground. You looking at him like, how the hell you just pull a telephone pole? You go outside somebody. Yeah, I got it. No, you don't. You acting like it because you want to be strong and burly like Mr. Karate Kid. Go ahead.
Oh, Con, that's what you said. After the karate flicks went off, we used to all meet up outside, like how the gangs used to come from. Like y'all meet up at the
and everybody like this. I'm a roundhouse you.
Practicing move.
I'm a roundhouse you. Yeah, I know what. I know. Back when you could let a boy be a goddamn boy. Nowadays, go outside and fall while you're running. Your mother's sitting you down forever. Forever. You get you on the bench. I got you. You on the bench forever now. Now you on the bench forever because you want to be a boy. But if he sits inside, complains he has depression, says he's sad all the time, doesn't want to look nobody in the eye, he don't want to do no roughhousing. He just sits in a room and twiddles his thumbs. He likes going around girls a little too much. Not in that manner, in a bad manner. Your mother, not your mother, but the mother of that child would not stop him. She would smile at him. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen single mothers dress up their sons like them for Halloween. Tight green leather leggings on Halloween on a 4-year-old boy. With a goddamn, I don't even know what the hell the shirt is called. His chest is out, it's tight, and it's leather. It is half zipped up. Like he looks like a gay cholo, huh? Salaki to the Instagram right brothers. Salaki. Salaki. I know how y'all got that little top button and anything else open. I know how y'all do. I know exactly how y'all do. But they are there with their chest open. I seen this little boy. And it was like a series of pictures when I used to be on Instagram about 3 years ago. One of them, they dressed up in Louis and Gucci and this, that, and the third. And then the other ones got tight leather suits on next to their mother. All this is for Halloween. I'm like, damn, what happened to Spider-Man? What happened to Batman? You got Gucci, Louis, and he can't even fit that after 3 months. In 3 months, he ain't fitting it. So what in that one you spend all your goddamn money on something you're gonna throw away because you got too much pride to pass it down. You're gonna throw it away, and then on top of that, you got him in tight jeans, tight shirts, button open, chest out, the line up, and he looks gay. Your son 4 and he look gay. How do you pull that off? If you would just stop them. Somebody hit me. Well, hit them back. What are you talking about? Hit them back. I'll be at the school. Hit them back. After you hit them and they call me, I'll come to the school. After you hit them. They hit you. You hit them back. They'll call me. I'll come up there. But hit them back. Don't cry. Don't cry to me and cry and boo-hoo and woe is me. Stop all that. Stop all that early. Quit it. You understand?
Right.
Well, you can let your son play with the goddamn Barbies doll. What the hell do I care? I don't care. I don't care. Let your son play with the goddamn Barbie dolls, and he'll be somebody I'm talking about right now. I'm gonna talk about your son. I'm gonna talk about your son. Let him go play outside with the goddamn Barbie dolls instead of the action figures. Keep him inside and instead of letting him scrape his knee. I'm gonna talk about him. That's all. I'm gonna talk about him. Go ahead.
Now we was talking about wrestling and everything. My favorite thing used to be slap boxing and throwing on the gloves. Like slap boxing, we used to come on bloody lips, shirt all red, nose bleeding. Your mother coming out. What happened to you? Oh, I was slap boxing in the park, man.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying. Like,
and all she do is suck her teeth. Like can't say nothing. Like
can't tell you, all the fights. The fights outside was lovely.
Right.
Lovely. You got all your friends out there, and you got to get into a little scrap, a little squabble or whatever. And then you look, I never mess with him again. And 2 days go by, y'all playing ball on the hoop. Like, it was nothing. You understand? It was nothing. This was when boys could be boys. A little bit of a disagreement. Sometimes boy getting a little bit of a tussle. That's what happens sometimes with boys. And then they patch it up later. But a woman without a toxic man is so afraid. See, here's the problem. I'm going to teach y'all a little something for the women. You hate the toxic so much because you're afraid of it. You're afraid of the toxic. So what you should do is you should get a man that's going to be the toxic. So now you know where it's coming from. You know how it's coming. You understand? You are afraid of the toxic because you need it. I'm saying it again. They are afraid of you because they need you. And your oppressor has conditioned them to not want to need you. So they are afraid of needing you. They are afraid of the toxic. Everything that you represent scares them. It scares them. I have to bow down. No gayness, no shrimp, no lobster. It puts fear in their soul because your oppressor told them you don't need that black man. You are a strong, independent black woman, and she kept trying to be that, and it failed. She failed miserably. And now she realizing this little voice in the back of her head is like, you need the toxic, you need the toxic, you need the toxic. And right here, the rest of the 80% of her brain, she got the white man right there. Talking about something, you don't need that black man. And she trying to stay firm, and she trying to, but that 20% just sounding louder and louder and louder every goddamn day. Every time a black brother get killed in the streets, every time one get falsely arrested, every time anything happens to one of us, it starts to get more realistic to her that, holy crap, I need the toxic. And then that's when they come to school. Or that's when you talk to them on the streets and they bow down to you. You understand? They need the toxic, but they have to come to terms that they need the toxic. They got to come to terms that they was lied to. You had to do that. You had to come to terms that your guns and your gang and your church and your grandmother with all her goddamn theology, philosophy, spiritual garbage was wrong. You had to come to terms that was all wrong, God. And you had to come in here and be told you are stupid. For doing what you did, you are stupid. You're stupid. You're a sinner. You had to learn there's a black man that died for you that was the strongest black man ever walked this goddamn earth, and you were stupid for living differently than him. You think you're tough, but you're not living like Christ, who was the toughest man ever. You can't be tougher than the toughest man ever if you ain't at least living like him. How can y'all learn that? Y'all had to come in here. She got to learn that she need the toxic. She's so goddamn scared of the toxic. Them other women ain't got nothing to do with you. Ain't got nothing to do with you. The reason why you are safe and protected, and I love you so much, is because I also love them so much. You understand? She needs to understand that you treat her good because you have the ability to treat multiple women good. And that actually puts her in line. The way you live, unapologetically, toxically, is going to put her in line. And she'll love it. She's going to love it. And your kids get a chance to grow up not the way you did. All the suffering and the crying and the pain you went through. Like, why you gotta do that to your kid? Damn, it happened to you. Now you want your kid to go through like it's some type of rite of passage or some crap. I got stop that. Y'all stop teaching these kids that too. Stop teaching these kids they gotta go through hell for some rite of passage. And the truth, you gotta go through the fire. What I'm saying is, stop telling them they gotta be super duper under the foot of the white man with his heel digging in your neck. Stop teaching them that. Stop teaching them the world ain't fair. The world is very fair. It's very fair. You sin, you have nothing. That's not fair. The white man saying he got everything. Well, guess what? You righteous, you have everything. He righteous, it don't even matter. He can follow everything in his goddamn book. It don't matter. That's fair, right? How the hell ain't that fair? You sin, you get treated like a sinner. He sins, he owns America. You're righteous, you own earth and beyond. He righteous, it don't even matter. How is that not fair? You're just lazy. You don't want to be righteous. That's it. You're lazy. You don't want to tell your son, put the dog down. You don't want to go against your woman. You don't want to go against your job. You don't want to go against the slave master. You don't want to be the voice that's not the same as these other voices. You can't stand being told you're sick in the head. I love it. I love it. Tell me again. Tell me it's music to my ears. I eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I love it. Tell me I'm sick. Tell me how stupid I am because all I talk. Every time I say this, you always talking about we can't do that. You always talking about some Christ, man. You need to chill, bro. No. No. You probably shouldn't come around me, huh? No. Live it. Love it. Become it, Become it, or your child's going to be gay. Become it. Become this, or your child will be gay. Makaria?
Come, sir. I want to say that that's why some of these alphabets be saying that they knew how they was gay since birth because like their mothers don't let them play with Barbie dolls and do everything they're not supposed to do as a child.
You ain't got no. That's perfect. That is perfect. That's perfect. That is a perfect analysis because one, you don't know nothing about your goddamn birth. What's your first memory? You was 3, 4. You don't know your goddamn birth, so stop lying. That's one. 2. Why don't you tell people what happened to you when you was a child? You so goddamn adamant and so sure I was just born gay. Oh, so tell me some of the gay things that happened while you were young. I'm waiting. You don't want to talk about those because it was an adult touching you, wasn't it? And you knew as a child it was wrong. And when you grew up and found out that was a gay thing, you said, oh, I must be gay. Because surely, if they touched me, I'm gay. It's garbage. It's garbage. And if you want to stop children from going up like that, stop. Please. Please. I forget Yatazar's son name. But Yatazar's son like 14. Yatazar's son like 14. I called him up on purpose at the last feast day. I called that man up on purpose and gave him wine. You understand? I did it on purpose. I did it on purpose. I did it on purpose. It's good.
You was trying to act shy too.
He was trying to act shy because, drink the wine. Drink it. Become this. Become this. Fall into the pit. Everybody gonna hate you. Just understand that. You looking over the edge of the cliff, you like, damn, that's deep. I'm gonna come behind you and push you. Go down there. Become this. Dive deep. Just be toxic. Be unforgiving. Now, of course, we're respectable to everybody. Like I said, nobody gonna punch y'all in the face. Nobody gonna do all this. Nobody, because we don't got time to be in jail, quite frankly. No one has time to be in jail. We do too much work on the streets. We got enough brothers who are stuck in the prison system that are coming into the truth. How will we voluntarily go in there? You understand? We got too much work we do out here to be trying to prove a point. Leave all that alone. What you can do is raise perfect children. You understand? The law is perfect converting the soul. Children don't need guidelines. Y'all may not remember when they tried to make the P for, I don't know if I can say this word online, for adults that like children, that P word. Yeah. They tried to include that into the alphabet community on the low, and it failed, and they backed off of it. It was LGBTQP, and then people wasn't picking up on that one yet. People was like, all right, hold up. hold on. You're moving too fast. We done agreed with the goddamn cut your penis off. We done agreed with the reconstruct your vagina. Now you talking about you could take my daughter? What are you talking about? And they backed off of the P. They backed off the P. They said, all right, it's too soon. It's too soon. They about to reintroduce it. Yeah. They gonna reintroduce it because that's what they did with the alphabet community. Slowly but surely, it crept into your movies. Slowly but surely, Adunya, you a little older. You a little older. Your brother's been in this. When did it become okay for a dyke to be popping? For a dyke to be like that? respected in the hood. When did that become okay for you to treat her like she's tough? They get some of them treat like they tough. When did that become okay? You don't even remember when it became okay, do you? You can't pinpoint it because they creeped it in slow. Slow. But it was acceptable because the brat looked good. Because she looked good, you let it go. They creeped it in slow. Gave you a superstar. The brat. Damn, shorty, what? She a rat. Man, she a dyke. Damn, she bad though. They creeped it in slow. Before you knew it, you was on the block selling drugs with a dyke. You have no clue where this girl came from. If you thought about it, if you think about it, you should be thinking, how did this become acceptable? We are shooting guns and killing people and being what you think is masculine. If that's the case, why is a woman on the block with you doing what you say is masculine? They creep it in slow, see how accepted it is, and then let it go. They tried to creep the P word in, wasn't accepted, they backed off. They about to wrap it back up and let it go. How do you know? The Pope still ain't been charged with nothing. All them goddamn lawsuits, billions of dollars in lawsuits. The Boy Scouts just settled billions of dollars in lawsuits. Oh, for the life of me, I can't remember what city state that was. They trying to make the taxpayers pay the lawyer fees and pay the lawsuit fees. The taxpayers. They already paid whatever city that state that is. They already paid for them to be operating. Now you want us to pay because you touched our kids. You want us to pay. You want me to pay me because you touched my kid. You want me to give $400 a month to the government as a payment for your lawsuit for the next 30 years. And then they're going to give me back $375 because you touched my kid. Are you not living under the devil? Is this not? If that ain't the devil, please tell me where the hell the devil at, because he got competition. If your oppressor ain't the devil, he is goddamn. He runner up. They need to have a damn race already, because I'm pretty sure this is the oppressor that everybody need to be worried about. I'm pretty goddamn sure. He's gonna molest your kid, and then make you pay for it. God damn, Give me Matthew 26 and 47. Nah, give me Matthew 21 and 11.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 21, verse 11.
Said, his mother said, if I ain't hit him back and I called her, she was going to beat me. He said, so I had to win. Teach your son to win. Teach your son to be a winner, not a goddamn loser. You're teaching these goddamn boys to be losers, and you wondering why they turning them little girls and they cutting their penis off. You teach them to be a goddamn loser, man. Go ahead. We full of winners, We full of goddamn winners. Winners, everything, win. I was sitting here thinking about some situation I'm in. I'm like, damn, this is serious, ain't it? I started laughing. What are you laughing at? I'm like, because I always win. I always win. I'm just wondering, how am I going to win this time? I don't like cry about no situations. How am I going to win this time? God damn, these situations always seem to come up. I wonder, what am I going to do this time to win? I ain't crying about the fact it's a situation. This is life, This is life under your oppressor. Deal with it, You tired of it? Good. You here for a reason then. Good. Now deal with it. Because if you was tired of it before America, we wouldn't be here. But since you couldn't be tired of it before America, be tired of it now. And do something about it now. Don't cry, don't moan, don't complain. Understand that situations happen, and you better deal with it. You better deal with it. Whatever I ask for, get that to me.
the book of Matthew, chapter 21, verse 11. Or I can have it. And the multitude said, this is Yahushua, the prophet of Nazareth in Galilee.
Matthew 21 and 11. Yup, come on, go ahead.
And Yahushua went into the temple of the power and cast out all them that sold and brought in the temple, and overthrew the tables of the money changers.
I love this one. Somebody can refill me on some ice out. I love this. I love this little one right here. When Christ beat him out the goddamn temple, he walking in these goddamn churches, getting beat out the damn church, getting shot out the church, and carried out in body bags from the church. You dying in the streets and going to the church for your wake and your reading all these repasses, and you in the church for that. You in the church. Christ was beating him out the church. You going to church to die. See the difference? Christ was good.
If I could, sir. I don't know if you know the story in Haiti where the president just died.
Yeah.
And the one of the mastermind you know that killed the president was a pastor.
Yeah.
And afterwards he went and preached.
Yeah, he went and preached. He said, God damn, he said, you see, as they mourning and crying and he got up there, everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. That's what happened when you don't pay your tithes. Give me your goddamn money. Everybody give me your goddamn money. Deacon, pass the goddamn plate around. Because it can happen to you next. He's a money-grubbing bastard. He's a bastard. He don't know his father. He's a bastard. He's such a girl. You think the white man is his daddy. You understand? You understand? He don't know his father is the Most High, the God of Israel. He doesn't know that. He don't know that. He don't know. He think money is his master. I wonder how much they paid him to be a part of this. That's what I want to know. How much they pay that brother to be a part of this? It's a goddamn shame. It's a shame, huh? It's a shame. We let the dead walk in our church and kill us. Christ beat the dead out the church. Kicked them out. Please. You telling me not to be like this man? Please. That's hard. That's hard. For me to not be like Christ, for me to not try and aspire to be like Christ, you got to be kidding me. You're kidding me. Who the hell am I supposed to try to be like? Dr. Umar?
Sure.
Who? Who the hell? Barack? Who? Should I go vote for Hillary? Who the hell am I supposed to be like if I ain't trying to be like Christ? That's your problem. Farrakhan, he need to retire already. God damn, he get up there and don't say nothing. At least before, he used to be eccentric. He used to be hopping around and please. He used to be He used to Farrakhan was eccentric. He was a little lively. I ain't saying he was the most flamboyant. What I'm saying is he was definitely more live. He was livelier than he is now. Now he sits up there and goes, justice, or else. Then they don't give him justice. And what the hell is the or else? Please, Mr. Farrakhan, you said or else. You can't trust none of them. You can't trust none of them. They won't die for you, huh? They won't die for you. Martin died because he like white holes.
Sure.
Malcolm died because he was in a religion and they turned on him. Nobody's dying for you. Guess who did? The man who everybody wants to say ain't real. Where's the proof? Where's the body? Your cousin died in the street 3 weeks ago. Y'all ain't find his body yet. Why are you talking to me about where Christ's body is? You don't know your cousin's body yet, but nobody gonna tell you he ain't real. Christ got warrants. There's warrants. If you catch this man, bring him here, alive or dead, the water. Christ has warrants. You understand that? He had warrants over there. You ain't gonna tell me there's something wrong with me. Because I aspire to be like a man that got warrants. A man like Christ who had warrants, and you can read his whole life story, and you're like, damn, why did he have a warrant? And you start to realize, why did my uncle have a warrant? He ain't do nothing. Damn, why my boy such and such have a warrant? He don't even do none of that stuff. You get a warrant for not paying a parking ticket? Yeah, it's hard for me to say I don't want to be the brother that ain't do nothing. It's hard for me to not relate to the man that did nothing but deserved everything.
Right.
You understand? He did nothing to nobody, got treated like crap, murdered on a cross, but he deserves the world. The world should have bowed at Christ's feet.
Right.
That's right.
How do you expect me to not want to be like that? When all the oppressor has done to all of us, how do they expect you not to be like that? When all the oppressor has done to you, your entire time you've been on this earth, is destroy you. You came here as a little boy. You ain't do nothing to nobody. He made sure your daddy life was hell, which made your life hell and your mother life hell. Nobody to watch you. Now you feel like you got to put food on the table, money in your pocket. You got to be a tough guy. Now you feeling like all this stuff. How could I not relate to Christ? How could I not, when it says he came from the straight gutter, the dump up, and he ain't do nothing we did. Dang, you ain't do nothing we did? You ain't do none of that. You was enticed just like us. It was right outside your apartment building, just like us. Shots was flying by your head. Well, rocks at that time. What up? Just like us. People swinging swords at you, just like us. And you ain't do none of that evil stuff that we did. I gotta see why didn't he do that? I gotta go see why didn't he do that? I became toxic. What do you want? I became toxic. I found out why Christ ain't do it, and I became toxic. Don't live for none of these people. Don't live for nobody on this goddamn earth. You live for your Father. Do you understand?
That's
You live for your Father in heaven. I forget people's names in the world. I don't even know none of these cats. He'll be calling me yo. I be yo, like this such and such. Okay, go ahead. I'm really the whole time you talking, I'm trying to figure out who the hell it is. I'll be forgetting people. I don't live for these people. I don't know these people. I know my father. You understand? I know Commanding General YAHANNA. I know General Mahaiman. You understand? I know the captains in the UPK. I know my brothers. I don't know them. I don't know the world. You understand? I don't know them. Come in here and be as toxic as you could be. Because what you're going to learn is when the world says toxic, oh, you being toxic. Let me give you a quick breakdown. We champion that toxicness based off of what they say. What they're trying to say is you are a bad example of a man. But in reality, they've never seen a real man.
Right.
Which is why they are pointing at you like a bad example of one. You are a bad man. No one raised you right. But please tell me, should I have played with dolls like your brothers and sons? Should I have played with dolls like you let your son play with dolls? Would you accept me then? Would you accept me then? If I walked around sagging my pants and cursing everybody out that looks at me wrong, would you love me? I bet you would. Y'all know what I'm talking about because I used to sleep with these women off that alone. Y'all used to be disrespectful, rude, and he ain't gonna do nothing. And she over there getting turned on. You in it one night and you never call her again. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. She'd love you if you would be what she thinks is a man. Here's the problem with her stupidity. Eve don't know nothing. If Eve knew something, she would never listen to the snake.
Right.
Eve don't know a goddamn thing. Nothing. Her idea of masculinity is toxic. She's toxic. She's the poison. You say something is toxic, you say something is poisonous. Oh, we're poisonous to Christianity for a fact. We are poisonous to Christianity. She is poisonous to God. She's poisonous to godliness. You are poisonous to Christianity. It's a difference. It's a difference. Be toxic, please. I don't accept nothing else. Be toxic. Her, she's poisonous to you. She's poisonous to godliness. Be as make them hate you. Make them hate you. Please do that. Please. I'll be too many goddamn stories of brothers liking y'all. I don't like that. I need them damn hatred stories. Because if a brother ain't coming in here, I start to question, why the hell do you like me? There's something wrong with me now. You should hate me if you ain't coming in here. There's something wrong with me now, and I gotta be more toxic now. You done made me go up a notch because now I'm sure there's somewhere I am lacking because you think I'm your friend. So now I gotta be extra. You understand? Please, no, please be toxic. Please. Go ahead. Mo Saka, you handle this off the camera, please.
I was arguing with my pet dragon the other day. She said,
Please,
she said, your whole family hates you. Right? And I took it.
And I'm sure you smiled.
God,
I know you did.
I said, well, I'm
did,
doing something. I'm the only one that's doing something right.
I know you did, because I like how I know he do, because I can't help but smile when that happens. Smile, big old grin come across my face when I hear that. You don't get along with nobody. Yeah. Yeah. All the flashbacks of class start coming to your head. I did it, sir. Go ahead, Gaul.
Yo, it's something so crazy. We was talking about Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. I almost forgot his name. He don't even mean nothing no more.
I'm trying to tell
Dwayne
you,
Wade,
he popped up on ESPN. I was like, damn, that's I kid you not.
He's done up, man.
About 3-4 years ago, I was like, I'm like not arguing, but I'm like, yo, son, son is arguably number 2. Because of such and such and such and I don't even know the boy name.
Right. But yeah, his friend Gabrielle Union, she played in that movie Deliver Us from Evil. And that is so crazy, like, cause in that movie she was toxic as ever. Like, she couldn't keep no relationship. And then once she kind of got a real man, he was still dealing with another chick, and she lost her mind. And bro, it's just crazy that for her to play that role, and now her husband in the world. Yeah, she's like, it's like she nailed it because that's how she really is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what he said. They said we need you to play this role. They broke it down. She said it's easy money. This right here, easy money.
Oh, wait, it's Deliver Us from Eve or Eva.
Cool, 2 mil. That's cool, 2 mil. Easy.
She was bad in that
All
movie
I gotta
too.
do is don't get me wrong. These little evil bros is bad. These little evil bros is bad. That's why they all got kids in the world, because they bad. They bad. I just seen one up the block. I'm sitting in the car. She walked past with a gay person. Stopped all my plans. Go ahead. What do you want me to do? Save you? No. Don't go down like that. Give me another scripture. Give me Deuteronomy 23:17.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23 and verse 17. Or I can have it. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel.
You would think that's about playing this day, ain't it? You would think so. You would think. But see, like I said, when I was watching that podcast, about 8 strippers sitting on the panel, 2 brothers who, for money, they would do anything, obviously. They got 8 strippers on the panel. They say their opinion on what they bring or what they think they bring to a relationship, and they go right on. You do what you do, and I'm listening to these brothers. I'm listening to these brothers like, are you just here to? You're getting money because you know people are going to pay to watch them embarrass themselves online. You ain't trying to help them. You ain't bring them on the podcast so they could say their opinion on what they think they bring, their thoughts, and then you could correct them.
Right.
No. You brought them on the podcast to allow them to embarrass themselves while you make $1. I'm listening to this garbage and they run in their goddamn mouth. And this one sister go, probably the baddest broad did. And she goes, oh well, he could have another girl because I like girls too. And she was like, but only with me. Threesome, only with me, only threesomes. I'm listening to these bras running their goddamn mouth, and I'm like, you're all gay.
Yeah.
All of you. This one talking about something. She loves shaking her behind. She like being a video vixen. She loved being a girl in the video. But I'm loyal. No, you're not. No, you're not. They all had sex with you. Stop. Stop. She wasn't cute, so I wonder how she got the roles. Come on, like, what are you doing with these girls? What use do they have to you? Zero. There cannot be a gay soul in Israel. I looked at 8 gay women on the goddamn panel and 2 gay men exploiting them for money. That's the problem in the community because that channel was for dating advice.
Good night.
So imagine all the people watching that literally thinking they're about to get some dating advice. And you got 8 whores on the damn panel talking about they bring listening and loyalty. Everyone has ears. And if you're in a relationship, you're supposed to be loyal. That comes with it. For a woman, you're supposed to be loyal to that one man. That comes with it. So how are you bringing loyalty and bringing listening? Everyone brings 2 ears. Everyone is supposed to bring loyalty. What are you talking about? That's because they didn't have nothing. You were sleeping with these very, very, very bad sisters who have nothing. They are a shell. They are empty on the inside. Do you understand me? And the reason why you love them is because you aren't toxic enough. You're not toxic enough. When it comes to them, you lower it a little bit. You like, hey, babe, you know what? I'm a cool a little bit on her. If you would just, when you see them, let me tell you something that never fails, right? You're in a situation and you don't know whether you need to be more aggressive or if you're being too aggressive. Be more aggressive. More. Be more aggressive. Apologize later if you have to. If you have to, it's a lot easier to turn down than to turn up. It's a lot easier for you to relax than it is for you to get played out and then feel like you got to turn up. Feel like you got to do extra now. Just be super aggressive. As soon as you realize the situation, either I'm being too aggressive or I'm not being aggressive enough. I'm confused. That's Satan. Satan is confusion. Guess what the Lord is? Aggression. Go be aggressive. And then apologize later.
Right. It's stuck.
If it's up, it's stuck. It's stuck. Once I decide that it has to go there, it has to go there. I have to take it there now. Now I can't. No, the situation calls for me to be this aggressive. I can't later think and go, maybe. I'm either I need to be more aggressive or less aggressive. Now, obviously, this isn't going to apply to every situation in your life. But when it comes to toxic masculinity, ruling over these women, ruling over children, ruling over a nation, it's sometimes better for you to be more aggressive and apologize later. You understand? Be more aggressive and apologize later rather than you always taking the low road and you, oh God, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't take the low road out. There can't be a gay person. They can't be a gay person in all of Israel. You got to be a little more aggressive rather than less aggressive. I got fired for that from my job, and I didn't care. I wouldn't lined another one up. You understand? I had the same thought. I said, yeah, either I need to be less aggressive here or more aggressive. Because they kept throwing some gay man in my face. And I said, you know what? If I'm going out on my terms. I turned up. They said, we can't handle you no more. I said, no sweat. I started Walmart the next day. Go ahead.
Go on, sir. I just want to say that like, I'm confused my own self. Like, okay, so this is what happened. I was with one of my friends, like two of my friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, we talking, we chatting it up, and of course, conversations go crazy. They started talking about, you know, like gay boys, gay guys, and women and stuff like that.
In what manner?
And like,
in what manner were they doing that?
Yeah, they was basically saying like, would you accept your daughter or son if they was gay, stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking. They asked me. I said, "Yo, you don't want me to join in this conversation." I said, "Trust me."
Mm-hmm.
Y'all two chatted up, but they kept insisting. So I said, "Fine." I heard them out first. I asked them. I said, "What would your answer be?" He said first. I said, "What about the woman do first?" He said, I'm cool with it and stuff like that. That's okay." So I said, okay. What about the men first? What if your son was like that? He said, "Oh, I'm beating him up and stuff like that, but then I'm gonna also accept it." I looked him dead in the eyes. This is why I'm confused, because I'm not sure. I looked him dead in the eyes and said, "If you do that, you're a failure of a father."
He was 100% a failure of a
And
father.
I'm confused because the guy is still like why is he still my friend? Like I don't understand. Like I
gotta turn up, huh?
sir, I looked him dead in the eyes and he would talk to me, he would act in response. He was like, "Oh, I can't stand it. Do you say that?" I was like, "Yo, you're a failure.
Uh-huh.
You're a failure of a father." I said, "First of all, I'm not accepting that."
Uh-huh.
But I said, "First of all, I'm gonna do stuff to stop it. I'm not doing none of that."
Uh-huh.
And like he got, you know, aggravated and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he still my friend, sir? Like I don't.
You gotta turn up. That's all. You just gotta do a little more. Every time you gotta take advantage of these conversations.
No, kind of, sir. I did
advantage.
I did also where I was on the road. So it was another time I was talking to this lesbo chick, right? I didn't even know. She was talking about they were talking about gay and stuff like that. They asked me, I said, out of the blue, it shocked them. Crazy. On social media, we were texting on Instagram, and I said, I don't agree with it. Whole chat, shocked. Everybody was like, "Oh, you homophobic," and all. I said, "Yo, I'm not though. I'm just saying that I don't agree with it. I don't like it. I don't agree with the stuff you did. If you do that, you're also a failure. You're also a failure." She started, and for some reason, she got sensitive and all this, started crying and all that stuff. I really didn't care about it. Now she hates me. Her friend hates me, and I don't care. Like that's the thing about it.
You bought the woman out of her. You told her what her father would never tell her. You understand? You told her something. Yeah, it is like, we 14 up?
Yeah.
This 14-year-old brother told that lesbian girl something her father would never tell her. You can't be lesbian. You are just hurt. You're not gay. You're hurt. You understand? You ain't. I don't know who hurt you. Some boy you dated, or if you know, unfortunately something happened to you as a child. But you're hurt. You are hurt. She ain't gay. She hurt. Brother, all you gotta do is continue being you. And the more you grow in this truth, they gonna look at you like, that's all. That's what you want. That's what you want. When that start happening, when you start, this is good. What you're gonna do is good. When you start having disagreements with people in the world, not because you starting nothing with them, just simply because you genuinely disagree with the things that are coming out of their mouth. And you even going as far to say, leave me alone and leave me out of it. And they are insisting because the world is disgusting. And sinners need help being sinners.
Right.
Sinners need everyone around them to sin with them so they feel good. So what do they say? What do you think? Hey, man, I'm going to let y'all talk. I'm going to be out of my business. No, what do you think? Hey, man, I just want to mind my nigga answer the question. Since you asked, you're gay. And that's all you want to keep doing. And to the point they leave. They're going to leave.
Come on, sir. They
They're
really
gonna
do.
leave.
Come on, sir. Because, like, look, after we was having the conversation like that, she was getting agitated, aggravated, angry, and all types of stuff, getting hostile and stuff like that. And like, like you could tell, like she
That's my
was,
boy right there.
like she was rapping.
You like it?
She was rapping the A through Z, like she was all with it, and I'm like, she was like, "Oh God," and she started talking about God, and I was ready for this because we talked about this. Like I've talked about this. I said I had several scriptures ready for you. Like I was waiting. Like I was while she was talking, I got the screenshots and all.
Yeah.
I said, so she was talking about some old God loved you, and I said, okay. So I tried to like, cause you taught me to like, try to be on a level, like not try to like, make them understand a bit. So she was like, "Oh, God loves all of us and stuff like that. Even if I'm like this, I don't care." So then I said, okay, if God made you the way you are, why are you gay? Like He made you to be with a man. That's your agenda. So why are you gay? And she was like, I said, I could pull up 7 scriptures on you. I said, do you want me to start? She was like, whatever. Started crying and stuff like that. I was waiting. I was in my head saying, oh,
please say yes.
I said, please say yes. I was I was literally begging.
And what you're going to find out with these sinners is they're afraid of the Bible.
They are.
But they will mention the Bible. They'll mention it, and sometimes they'll paraphrase it. Meaning they'll say something that they heard or they think or they know is in the Bible. But when you actually want to get into the Bible, it's, hey, I ain't say all that. Let's not go to that level. Let's just keep it hearsay. Let's keep it opinions. Let's keep it me versus you. Here's the problem when you want the truth. It ain't you versus them. They're going against God. That's the problem. So as soon as you bring the scriptures into the equation, which is God's words, basically you're speaking on His behalf, it's a problem. You understand? They can argue. That's what you're going to learn. You argue with somebody in the world, when you want to say your words, they'll like, it'll seem like it's going on and on. They'll be like, damn, well, why can't I win? For the scripture. It's over. It is over. You understand? It is over. They do not last after you pull a scripture. It never happens. I've never been in a situation where I've cut somebody with the proper scripture and they remained for longer than a couple more minutes. Never. Unless they one of them diehard Christians, diehard fake Israelites, think they know the Bible. Other than that, I pull a scripture. And even then, I told y'all, you gotta know when y'all win. I'll be winning off the first scripture. Whole debate. No. We'll pull this one. We're gonna nip it in the bud quick. I ain't got time to be talking about that. Go ahead.
Sir.
We're gonna wrap faster after this. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, sir. So there's another incident, right? So I was talking to one of not even my friends.
This young man out here didn't work. Go ahead.
So I was talking to some girl. For some reason, this little girl keep asking me for advice about everything. Like even though I don't care about it, she keeps coming to me for advice. A lot of people do. I only tell them what the Lord want me to tell them. So basically, for some reason, she was going through this conversation, and the crazy part, you could tell she really is broken now. Because I'm hearing, like, even though I'm not really talking to her like that, I hear from other people, she's saying that she's, first of all, she came from being gay to bi, and now she over here dating with pants. She talking about some pansexual, whatever that thing.
Pansexual. I forget what that is.
I don't know. She
I forget what it is. I think they date the force and shit. Salaki, go ahead.
So now she talking about she over here the pansexual and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, what? I'm over here joking about it and stuff like that. And then she getting angry. She got angry. And sir, I know we on YouTube. I wanted to knock her out. I wanted to knock her head off her shoulders because she tried me. Bakari, your bum lawyer. She tried to correct me, saying my what's they say, like my something is his slash, I mean her slash her hit whatever thing she said like that, and I said yo, and she said here's the thing, she said, and if you want to be all that homophobic and stuff like that, then we could stop being friends. So I on the phone, I said I said just like this straight up, I don't give just like that. I said
he didn't give a fuck. Go ahead.
Just like that, sir. I was on her the whole time because who are you to correct me about something that I know?
She wasn't correcting you up.
Like that.
She wanted a friend. She wanted a friend for your demon. She wanted a friend for her demon.
Sir,
you understand?
She jumped from being a so-called lesbo to bi, and now she's talking about pants.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What's the definition of pansexual?
What is it? Read it, please. Take the mic, because I forgot.
It says a pansexual is not limited in sexual choice.
Go ahead.
A pansexual, definition of pansexual, is not limited in sexual choice with regard to biological sex, gender, or gender identity.
Meaning, she could be a woman who dates a man, a woman who dates a woman who dates a man who thinks he's a woman, woman who dates a woman who thinks she's a man.
She with
meaning, hold on, because this is I.S.U.P.K. We like to make it very simple. We don't deal in confusion. We deal in righteousness. Meaning she's gay.
Well, sir, do we have a name for that?
She's gay. Go ahead. She's gay. Huh? That's it.
Joe Muhammad said we call it being nasty.
That's it. She's nasty. Huh? That's it. That's the perfect that's it. All the labels and all the titles and this type of sexual. I'm this type of sexual. Well, I'm be with my woman sexual. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So whatever you're talking about is nasty. That's nasty. I don't do none of that. If it ain't that, what I just said, you nasty. And that's it. That's the simple way. We keep things simple here. You understand? Be toxic, or your daughter gonna be pansexual. She's gonna be sleeping with the spoons and the forks. That being said, I can make Majim. It was like Majim Shabbat. Majim. Barak.
Yahweh Shabbat.
Dismissed.